Warm welcome to everyone.
Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyayet Sarva Vighnopashantaye. Yes, sorry. Gurubhyastad Namo Vakamadhimahe Vrinimahe cha Tatradyo Dampati Jagatampati.
Shri Krishna Vagishayatishwarabhyam Samprapta Chakrankana Bhashya Saram Shrinut Narangendra Yatau Samarpitasvam Shri Krishna Maryam Guruvaryamide Virodhe Kartike Mase Shatatara Krutodayam Yogacharyam Krishnamaryam Guruvaryamaham Bhaje.
Prayer to Sri Nammalvar by Krishnamacharya. नामानि यत्र वकुलाभरणशठारिः श्रीमत्पराङ्कुश इति स्फुटमर्धवन्ती श्रीयोगमूलमखिलश्रुतिसारबोधम् नम्माळ्मुनिं कलिरिपुं शरणं प्रपद्ये.
Prayer to Sri Nathamuni by Sri Krishnamacharya. Jayatu Jayatu Natho Nyaya Tattva Praneta Jayatu Jayatu Yogi Yoga Guhya Pravakta Jayatu Jayatu Saksha Tattvadarshi Maharshihi Jayatu Jayatu Bhakter Mulakandam Munindraha.
This is a prayer by Sri Krishnamacharya as a prelude to Yoga Rahasya. Natva nathamukan yogivaryan smritva shriyapatim kurve yoga rahasya sangraham sudhiyam mude vyatanit natha yogindro vipulam yoga guhyakam कानिचित्तत् आदाय विवृणोमि यथामति.
And the prayer by Vedanta Deshika to Nathamuni. Nathena munina tena bhaveyannathavaanaham yasya naigamikam tattvam hastamalakatam gatam. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.
A very warm welcome to everyone. I'm just so happy that this course is beginning now. Perhaps the first time we are actually getting into a very serious study of a text that is offered by the Yogavahini community. So far we have had senior teachers come and teach some of these texts. So when I sounded the idea to Eniko and Savithri, it was like, I just had to put a dot and they made a beautiful column out of it. They did everything else that needed to be done so that we could announce a program quickly and, get the required certification, all of that. It's just wonderful that both of them have come together to offer this. And I know that for many years they have been studying together and working on this text. So I'm just so happy and grateful that we are able to offer this through Yoga Vahini, and also so happy to see so many of you join for today's webinar, and hopefully you'll be able to also be part of the course as well. It is more important today for us to go back to the roots of yoga, and going back to the roots of this particular tradition of Krishnamacharya and Desikacharya. Yoga Rahasya is a very important text for that. So you will learn more about the origin of the text and the story behind it and everything. but to really understand the spirit of Krishnamacharya's teachings and the methodology that is followed by Desikacharya and all of us, it's deeply rooted in the Yoga Rahasya text. So thank you, Eniko and Savithri, once again for starting this course. Over to you.
Thank you, Saras.
Thank you, Saras. And as Saras was mentioning, the way we started this is, I think, it was not a right period during Corona times. Actually, we were forced to stay at home, and a lot of things were happening around in the world. It was an adversity actually, but became an opportunity for us to go deeper study with the texts. And I studied the chanting part. I studied the meaning and all that with along with Eniko, with Srivats Ramaswamy sir, and the chanting again with Padmini Narendra ma'am from KYM. And it was a long learning, and it was really very good for us to now take it forward to teach the chanting in a regular basis for the past 3 years. So we also did Yoganjali Saram. So we were taken by Sri Krishnamacharya's dedication to the yoga and how he wanted to take it forward by his son and our teacher's teacher, Desikacharya. And we were so enamored by the Yoga Rahasya, Yoganjali Saram. So we decided to focus on this and continue our studies together. And weekly twice we keep meeting and going and chanting and studying. And apart from that, we are also offering chanting programs to students weekends. So I want Eniko to move forward with a little bit about what is that program, and then maybe I can give an overview about this text a little bit later.
Yeah, thank you so much, Savithri, and warm welcome to everyone. Can you all hear me? Yeah, thank you. So we are very, very happy to share with you the wisdom of this text of Yoga Rahasya. I really nudged my mentor Savithri ji to study this text as well after we studied together in a group with Ramaswamy sir. And I also nudged her to start to chant, and then we also found that just only the chanting the text, even without really knowing every part of it, every words of it, it gave us such a great benefits in the mind, in the steadiness of the mind, the quietness of the mind. And then we started to also organize once a week a free session, just a half an hour session a few years back to all the teachers who were trained by Saras at Yoga Vahini, and whoever wanted to commit and wanted to come, of course. And it ran on, and it still has been running on from years now. And we really found that just coming together and chant for half an hour, it has a tremendous effect for everyone. Just for half an hour, being in a just focusing on one syllable at a time, on one word at a time. It gave us a great time for just to be there, just to be with one thing at a time for half an hour, which was quite meditative experience as well. And then Saras, of course, as well, she started this thought. Thank you so much for this metaphor. It's very nice image. To start this study program for like a larger public. And she also set kind of parameters that we kept. So she told us, why don't you do a 24 hours program on Yoga Rahasya? So we kept this format at 24 hours. And then we realized that we would be able to do it for 3 hours per week on Mondays and Fridays, which makes 8-week program along. So these 24 hours, we would like to cover a few key subjects that the Yoga Rahasya really give us insights and and also spotlight some of the wisdoms as well from the Yoga Rahasya as the core and essence of it, I would say, rather than go on by shlokas and words by word. That will not cover this course. This course will cover subjects and elaborating the subjects and linking to the text, and also having some practices I will later on covering. So how it gonna be the course structure? The 24 hours it will cover the 8-week program, 3 hours per week. The first 2 weeks, we are going to lie down the foundations of Bhakti and breath. What does it really mean, Bhakti, based on the Yoga Rahasya text, and how the breath and how the Samantraka practices are key in the foundations of a Bhakta or a Bhakti. Also, how to bring Ashtanga and Shadanga elements on our personal practice. Then in week 3 and week 4, we are going to cover, again, like Saraswati Mom said about how this text is also the basis of our lineage, how the personalized yoga is a very important element in this lineage. So in the week 3, week 4, we're going to go through the different ashramas, the different kramas. So how the yoga can support our life all along, when we are well, when we are young age, when we are middle age, and when we are older age, and also when we have different, as a women, also in the week 5, we are covering also the different parts of the womanhood and motherhood as well. Because the text, it's very clearly gives so many insights as well for supporting the pregnancy, the family planning as well even. So that is, and actually for women. Then the week 6 and 7, we are also covering some chikatsa, so the yoga therapy, the therapeutic approach of yoga, which is very important as well in this lineage, and how the Chikitsa Krama, the koshas, the vayus, the different, the Vyuha model, how can we approach it from the Yoga Rahasya point of view as well, when we are dealing with therapeutic application of yoga. And the last week we will cover the teacher itself, the teacher within us, the devoted teacher within us, through the lens of the Bhakti, and also validating these practices across some of other texts from Yoga Sutras, Hatha Yoga Pradipika, or as Savithri ji mentioned about the Yoga Anjali Saram, or even Yoga Yajnavalkya. So this is the 8-week program in different subjects and modules if you want. The course format will be strictly online. So many people are joining from different parts of the world. So that's a beautiful opportunity to come together and to share this lineage and to go deeper in the text. The weekly 3-hour sessions will be spread on Mondays, 2 hours, and on Fridays, 1 hour session. So the Monday's 2-hour session from 6 to 8 p.m. IST, India time, and the Friday 1-hour session from 6 to 7 p.m. IST, India time, which here in Europe would be more like an early afternoon, and I think in California would be quite early morning. Also, we are offering for those who are registering a free chanting sessions in September. So having the summer break over, from September on, we would like to also, as a bonus, a half-an-hour chanting session of selected shlokas from the texts for all of you who have registered and who've done the 8-week program with us. It will be on Fridays from 6 to 6:30 p.m. IST India time. So it will be an 8-week, like September, October, 8-week again. to go through about 5 shlokas per week. We selected about 40 shlokas with Saraswati ji and Savithri ji. Yes, Radhika, I can come to closer. Is it better like here? Is it, you can hear it better? Okay. Yeah. So the class schedule, how it will be. So what we thought is that we would like to really look at is like an applied, how we apply the text wisdom through the 8 weeks. So the Monday sessions, the 2 hours Monday sessions, we will have the prayers, and we will chant the selected shlokas. And these selected shlokas, you need to listen. It will be maybe like a 15 minutes. You can look at it as a listening with the conscious breathing, like a meditative experience, and settling down experience as well, or centering practice. Then we go on with the subject around for 45 minutes. And then we do a 30 minutes practice, asana, pranayama, and pratyahara dharana practice. And then we will have a time about for 30 minutes to discuss the subject, to ask questions, to feedbacks, and clarifying things, or having the space also for self-reflection and sharings. On Fridays, we do again the chanting of the selected shlokas, and then we strictly do with the theory part, with the subject. But in the theory, usually there will be some practices included. So it will not be like a 30 minutes practice on Mondays. It will be just practices which is strictly linked to the subject. Like if you're looking about the different pranayama techniques, or different modifications of asanas, or samantraka practice. So there will be some small practice brought in the on Friday class as well. So that is for the class structure and format and the 8-week modules. Savithri, if you can talk about as well about the practices.
Yeah, before we go into the practices, I think you have elaborated many things, and this chanting part, I want to mention that we will be chanting and you will be listening during the course of the program, and we are offering it for free towards September, October, where we'll be chanting all the 40 things, we'll be teaching. So with happiness, I would like to share that the set of people who are with us for quite some time now, 3 months. They started with 5 slokas per 30 minutes, and now we find 40 slokas have been chanted continuously by everybody, and we thought, no, that is a great improvement in the concentration level, in the focus, because you keep repeating, everybody is listening, so there is a sense of listening. Then you repeat, and I thought, no, that is a nice way of swadhyaya being practiced in this. And the text is also Subha Ashrayam. The focus of the object that we are all focusing is the content what we are practicing in our daily life. So this Yoga Rahasya text, as mentioned earlier, that it is been received as in a divine vision by Sri Krishnamacharya, and it was taught to his students, I mean especially his son and Sri Vatsarama Swami sir and others. And the overview of the text is that it has got 4 chapters, and there are 290 verses are there. But what we have selected is the 40 slokas what we will be focusing on as a practice in this course of this program. And there are some only for chanting, I mean, and practice, because they are the key ones, like a butter taken out of a churning, milk, curd and all that. So it is the most important thing. And there are 4 chapters. The first chapter has got 117 verses, and it is called the Prakarana, or it is a subject matter is given there. The longest, and it gives the foundation of Ashtanga and Shadanga, Prapatti Yoga. So there are, Ashtanga Yoga has got all the 8 angas. It is being taught in this whole text, and he is touching on something going deeper than that. So for that he is comparing the devotion in 2 ways. A baby monkey's attachment to the mother, and mother cats attach. I mean, how the mother cats take care of its baby. So there are two types. Ashtanga Yoga is giving us Ishvara Pranidhana. So we need to move beyond our practice, from gross to subtle, go deep within ourselves to discover something more. And this text is really giving a lot of tools. So this Bhakti aspect is very important in this text, which is not touched by Ashtanga Yoga. Here he goes, Krishnamacharya goes deeper and he says how he connects. Then there are tools and techniques for daily practice, including a list of large list of asanas and pranayamas, bandhas, mantras, and benefits of each, as well as the contraindication, who can do, who cannot do, all that he is giving. The second chapter is the Viniyoga, what our tradition is talking about, the appropriate application of kramas as a Srishti Krama, how it is taught and how it is practiced by children or youth, then Grahastha in the middle age, and the seniors in the elderly who are in the stage of transition from this life. So it is a user manual and practitioners and for the teachers of this tradition, and for us also to understand why we are doing what we are doing simply, or why we are teaching what we are teaching to our students. Simply mechanically giving something is not allowed. You need to know why, what and how, and the application individually to the person, customizing the practice. Okay, so we even ourselves, no, we are not the same every day. There may be changes that is happening. So we cannot be mechanically doing a practice. We should know what we are doing, why we are doing, and whether it is appropriate, how much of pranayama, how much of asana, dharana, and all that. So this third chapter is about the vimarshana, or the critical examination, deliberation and analysis, or a review on the yoga for healthy pregnancy and easy delivery, and Sikshakrama. So there is, so key points we have taken and we will be giving it to you. The fourth chapter is Kaladhyaya, which is the chapter on Prakriti, the divine feminine energy, and that makes the core of our ever-changing body, mind and sense complex. And the need for connecting to the divine intelligence, which Yoga Sutra is talking about as Ishvara Pranidhana. And the fourth chapter very clearly says that Yoga Sadhana is the only way. So how we are going to take it forward is, you will be seeing it when you are enrolling for our program. And we all look forward to having you on board so that we can take this journey together. Yes, Eniko.
Thank you, Savithri ji, for taking us through the 4 chapters. Very inspiring for me still again, listening again. So this course will be also eligible for continuing education with IAYT and also US Yoga Alliance. So for 24 hours. So if you are part of C-IAYT or if you are RAYT, you will get the certificate, and you can
Eniko, can you be a little louder, like through your voice?
Yeah, okay. So this course is eligible for continuing education with US Yoga Alliance and with IAYT. So if you are a C-IAYT or if you're an RYT with US Yoga Alliance, these 24-hour class, 8-week class, it will count, and you will get the certificate that you can upload. And also I would need, at least for the RAYT, I would need your email address to register as well to the program. With the C-IAYT, I just need to get the completion certificate at the end, and then you will be able to, based on the course name, to validate automatically your 24 hours continuing education hours. Also, in terms of support resources, materials, so if you have the book already, that is a very good thing, because that could be the basis of our program. If you don't have the book and you can't get it, then we are able to share a PDF version of the KYM publication edition. It's no longer there, so we thought with Saras that we are able to give out, if you don't have and if you cannot have it, the PDF version of it. Also, you will have the the selected shlokas, what we were chanting every time, every class, in Devanagari and then in English transliteration, in a PDF format. You will also receive the practice sheets that we are going to do for the classes or during the class. So you can take it with you as well, and you can practice it in between Monday and Friday sessions as well. You will also receive the replay as well, the recordings. So I try to put it and upload it on, depending on how many people will be signed up. It will be either a private YouTube channel, and using your email, we'll be able to upload it in a few hours after we finish the class on Monday and on Friday. And also to support us and together, and to share questions, feedbacks, observations, we are going to create a WhatsApp group where you are invited to join. You will be invited to join, and you will be able to also share your questions, your feedbacks, sharings, observations regarding the program and the topics discussed. Also, if you are not able to attend every sessions, we would really encourage you to select 1 or 2 study buddies with you during this 8 weeks, so that you are able to catch up, not just looking at alone the recordings, but also to maybe get together once a week with your study buddies and catch up with the notes, catch up what's going on, and also share whatever is coming up from the topics discussed. So that's it from our part, at least what we planned for presentation. And I would kindly also request for those of you who are coming now for these chanting sessions for a few years now, if few of you can also maybe share your own personal experience, what this text and the chanting of it, just merely the chanting of it brought to you. I would kindly request to unmute yourself and please share. And of course, afterwards, we will be able to take questions and reply to all.
Okay, so I'll go. So I've been chanting with Savithri ma'am and Eniko for a year now with Yoga Rahasya. So I know the text, but I read the text before, but I never actually chanted and actually thought about chanting and learning chanting of Yoga Rahasya. So initially it is just about, as Savithri ma'am said, it's listening and the repeating. And just that process actually, like there is no agenda of how many you need to learn today or kind of how well you are doing or anything like that. It's more about just repeating and listening the same sloka for same sutra for so many times. Actually, it's as they said, it's actually over the time I realized the benefits. Initially, it was just, okay, I'm learning the text, I'm learning the text. But over the time, and also one other thing that helped me personally is Savitri ma'am basically says, do it in a high pitch. I used to go in a very, very low pitch. But it actually showed like so many improvements in other areas for me. The listening and the other thing that they keep on bringing the attention is paying attention. Like, are you in sattva? Are you paying attention to the text, each letter when you are chanting? So those are all overall improved the focus and the listening aspect. Like, yeah, these are all subtle things that actually you will experience going into other parts of the life. And also I met my study buddy, Shobana, through the program. So we actually meet a couple of times a week just to chant the text, nothing else. We don't even go into the meanings or anything. So I'm glad that this program is coming, and so very keen on learning. So about the koshas from the Yoga Rahasya point of view, how it is actually guiding our practice design. So it would be very, very interesting to know. So thank you.
Thank you, Shubha, for sharing. Thank you.
I would like to share something. So I've been learning Yoga Rahasya chant from Savithri and Eniko. We did finish one round of 4 chapters, and when we started the second round, I could really feel the practice of chanting and going back to those chants. So the thing like, oh, I have already done doesn't hold any importance. It's about going back again and again. Every time I sit and open the book, there is something new to reflect and to. It's also like giving me a thread to hold on to check where am I in my own personal practice. It's not like I'm just doing mechanically, but there are so many small details which come along the chant, which comes into the practice. And I have seen like unknowingly these words unconsciously they just come during that personal practice, like, oh, this point was stated in that text, which brings lot of joy. Like what I am doing is so much rooted in the text rather than just randomly doing some practice. So I deeply appreciate your time and space for keeping the text and also the title keeping the text alive itself is holds the space. So I really like the title of being rooted in the text rather than like these days when we watch so many things outside the text. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kranti. Thank you. That is true. I remember more than 10 years ago when I've enrolled the yoga therapy training with Saraswati ji and Yoga Vahini. And from the West, we need a text. We need a textbook. We are not the Shravanam that we are listening to a teacher. That is one thing, but we need a text. That is, the knowledge is from the text in our Western education, at least. And so I think we were asking like 100 times, Saras, but what is the text? Where is the textbook? Where we are writing down things, but where is the text? And no, you just listen and just you take your notes. I mean, there are books there from, of course, from Deshikacharya sir and others as well, beautiful books, but you just listen and take your notes. But then I found out that at least for me, to satiate this urge for me that where is this text, I think I found it in Yoga Rahasya.
May I go?
Yes.
I now it's 11 o'clock p.m. And then, but I live in Japan, and then Sanskrit word is not my language, but somehow I don't know. I try to stay in that the group, and why? Because somehow I don't know. I connect to the past and the text through the teacher, that by chanting together. And then I start listening. When I have doubt, I used to look for the information from outside. But chanting really helps to listen to my voice. And then if I lose my personal practice, again, this is kind of reminder to where I'm looking up. So I really appreciate the space and then the giving us a practice. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayomi, and we really appreciate highly that you are coming every Friday so late at night and every week. You are coming for the chanting as well for years now. And you came here today as well to share. Thank you so much. Very touching my heart.
Can I go?
Yes.
Thank you for everybody share. What I have learned in the weekly practice is that there's a motivation. It, like just having a bunch of people coming together, chanting, being excited, it reminds you and it motivates you. It gives you that hook. We have so many, I love saying this, we have so many hooks. This is the better hook to have. So it keeps you motivated if you fall, if you dip, which happens ever so often. It just kind of gently reminds you, "Acha, this is another possibility. You can come back. You can come back to this, try this. Okay, study this." So what I feel is that it may not take me higher, but it doesn't let me fall. Just staying with the practice of chanting every week.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful. Thank you, Anisha.
Aparna here. I started learning to chant Yoganjali Saram from Savithri ma'am and Eniko during the COVID days. So moving to Yoga Rahasya was a very natural transition for me. I knew that I had to stay with the text, like Kranti mentioned. Keeping the text alive was something that I feel connected to. So I've been in this group since December 2023. I really feel that Sri Krishnamacharya has passed on this valuable text with special emphasis for women. So I feel that this is a text that not only talks about yoga, but also philosophy of life. So I found this weekly sessions to be very meditative and to be present in the here and now. I think that is something I greatly feel inspired, both from Savithri ma'am and Eniko, that they show up every week with the same enthusiasm when they started Yoganjali Saram. So I am totally inspired by these sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Aparna. You are one of the first participants, member of this group of Keep the Text Alive for so many
I'm very
years.
grateful to both of you.
Thank you for your perseverance, patience.
Yeah, can I go?
Yes, please, Jyoti.
Yeah, I reached home in time I wanted to share something. I've been the most irregular student of this Keeping the Text Alive group, but I continue to chant even when I'm not there. So that is something that I have taken forward. Okay, what I felt, what I learned from the group is a commitment from you teachers to be there every Friday, and that is the most important thing for me as a teacher, to be very committed. Second, when each one of us chant, just listening so many times makes it yours after some time. It's very nice to listen, and in between my mind goes away. I read the meanings as well, because it makes meaning as you chant, and if I've read it quickly, it internalizes rather than just reading it all on my own. So thank you so much for your commitment.
Thank you, Jyoti, for coming to these sessions. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can share. Yeah, so my connection to the text is through teacher. And thank you very much, Savithri and Eniko, for the commitment. And every week you guys just show up, which is so beautiful. I feel with the same freshness. And yeah, for me, how chanting helps is it brings restfulness to me. And that continuous running and that anxiety actually settles down when I sit and chant. And you guys make me so attentive, I can't tell you. Little matra here and there, no, you're not going to take it at all. So thank you very much for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Definitely, this is a space of learning, and this is a space also for making mistakes. That is what I really like it, that there is no shame on that, actually it's more like a mirror, that more I'm making mistakes, more I can see that my mind is a bit elsewhere, it's maybe preoccupied, and then I'm able to bring it back and a bit more consciously paying more attention.
It is that all of us are students here in the process of learning, and we are all in the journey of yoga, doing our own sadhana, at the same time coming together to do this thing. And I am very grateful to Saraswati for kindling the curiosity of studies, textual studies, doing reflections and interacting, chanting especially. And Eniko has been a very good student. Actually, she is my teacher more than my student. So we have been doing this for quite some time. No adversities and opportunities. So the Corona times brought us together, and we are the study buddies actually. So what she suggested was good. Create a study buddy and continue your learning, even if you can't go to a bigger thing. But when you go to a larger group, where there can be a lot of listening that can happen, and the content is what Krishnamacharya has given. It is not, no, I did this, I did that, nothing. It is nothing about our asmita and ahankara. This is about what the teacher has said, and you stay with that words, and then that becomes your own, as one of the participants was mentioning. So your practice, it is anchored in something more valuable. That is what I wanted to say. And anybody has got any questions, please ask your questions. Lisha, you were asking about this tradition. You're coming from some other tradition and you wanted to ask some questions.
Yes. No questions related to that. I think I was clarified from earlier, though. Thank you.
Hi, Hannah. Long time. Nice to meet you. You have any questions?
I don't have any questions. I'm just thrilled that you're both offering this. And then I heard about it. Yeah, just very, very thankful.
So you have all the details as well on the Yoga Vahini page, website, under Yoga Rahasya. You will be able to see also the details, the objectives, the course format, course content that I presented earlier. Also, you will be able to see and use the registration link to sign up to the program. You have also the payment link, depending on from India or from Europe or elsewhere. We have two different payment link. So use which one is more convenient for you. We are starting from May 18th.
See, this format is inspired by Saraswati. I have to thank you, because it is not simply studying. So there is going to be a lot of practice of pranayama, asana, and dharana, many things which are
sound,
mantras, what is prescribed in this text, and we have taken it out, and we are going to make it part of this. That is why we have reduced the number of sutra slokas to 40 selectively, and every class will be chanting and you will be listening, and after the 6-8 weeks you will be learning it individually when you come for the free classes of chanting.
Any questions or any comments, feedbacks that you have, also from people who are not chanting with us so far and who are new, even new to the text? If you have any doubts, fears even, please do not hesitate to let us know.
I would like to add that those of you who have joined today and those of you who have registered, we will be sharing the recording of this webinar. Please feel free to share it with friends, classmates, students who may be interested in the study. It's not just about keeping the text alive, it is really about keeping our learning and our practice alive. And if you are able to share and other people can join, it will be an even more richer experience for each one of us. And this is what the value of it is what we will see when we take this forward in our own life through our practice and teaching. Thank you.
Thank you, Saras.
Saras, one second. Radhika, 1 second. No, I just wanted to clarify to Saras. It is not keeping the text alive, Saras. It is about keeping the text alive in our Swadhyaya practice, in our daily practice.
So that is the
correct.
focus.
Yeah.
Smriti, yes.
Yeah. The actual experience of it. Yeah.
No, so actually, I was going to say the same thing because, see, I again, Jyoti, I object. I am the most irregular in the class, no? Regularly irregular. So don't take away that badge of dishonor. Anyway, I think for me, it's been that has been the learning, because I often do these things, I learn a chant and all that with the goal of, say, of completing it or learning it, and not necessarily just for the sake of being with the words, with the text, with the sound and the listening and all that. It's very different from how, I have been approaching learning of chants. And also to just kind of just be with the process, as Eniko and Savi have thought about it, and because I am the biggest double guesser, I'm always like double guessing, so why am I doing this, why are we not doing meanings, all those kinds of things, and also I think right in the beginning I was like really taken aback by the patience with which, if there were 8 people in the room, we were each of us repeating 8 times. And I was like, why are we not using breakout rooms and, just doing 4 in one room and, making it all efficient. And Eniko was like, no, yeah, you'll get to listen to it 8 times. And she was almost like, don't take away that thing of listening to it so many times. So going with that flow and yeah, thank you guys for actually getting somebody like me to do something 2 Fridays in a row. It's like
Thank you. Now we are satiating also your needs if you want to do the meaning. So we start first now with this 8-week program for those who are not chanting so far with us, through the meaning, to get to the practicing it, to make it really alive within our personal practice and maybe also in our teachings. And then we staying with the text through the chanting without having any pressure of having a certificate or a diploma or a completion or anything. I think that is a huge part as well of it, just for the sake of chanting.
I have a question now that you called me out, to both Savithri ma'am and Eniko ma'am, because your Yoga Rahasya is a newer text to me. I'm not familiar with it. I was just quickly looking up what it is, and I'd like to know if you have applied the teachings of Yoga Rahasya in your own life, and if you have, how has it helped you?
Savithri first.
I think people who have interacted with me from 2000 should be able to tell how it is working for me. Definitely, see, these are all the words of our teachers, and it is giving you, Yoga Sutra is more of philosophy. This is more about practice in our daily life. So actually the book has got many visuals of one of our teachers, who is Dr. Lara Abhishek, and doing the postures. He was a student of Deshikacharya, and with his guidance, he has taken these pictures, and they were very, very inspiring. And what I realized, I started yoga very late, at the age of 40, into this tradition, and getting a structured program, and how to become, that is actually exclusively for myself. I started getting in. Then I realized, I am not different from others. I should be able to share with others so what I have learned, and by learning, the student becomes my teacher actually. So that became fundamental. Actually, Saraswati asked, "No, if you are not teaching," no, she asked me, "Are you teaching?" I said, "No." She said, "No, if you are not teaching, you are like one thief. You are holding on to your knowledge and you are not willing to share with people." So that is the way our Desikachar used to tell them, and they are telling us. So this is, I think, in our daily life, it reflects. So it is not on the mat. Actually, if you are doing 1 hour of asana practice on the mat, it reflects on the 23 hours of your rest of your time, including sleep, eating, you're making choices. No yama, niyama, everything is packed in this text. So you can never go astray. It is like one GPS system for us. So we can do, very clearly it takes us in the path. So it just paves our way and brings the right people in our path, and the journey is been on. Thanks for asking this question. And Eniko, you have anything?
Yes, thank you, Lisha, for this question. Very, very interesting. I think so for me, as earlier Savithri also mentioned, that we are exposed to so many different things through social media, through in our lives. And of course, we would like to do so many things as well. I would like to learn so many things. I would like to bring so many things. But what I find is that keeping with one text for ages, for years, it let me say that it really keeps me rooted, it keeps me centered. And from that center, I can maybe learn different things, but I'll be able to link it to the center, to the roots. And if I'm able to link it, then I can maybe go forward and look at it and also maybe learn it. But for me, I think it gives me like the foundations, and this foundation needs to be nourished. This, like the earth, where you have the tree, you have to water it, you have to take care of it. So I think for me, it's like taking care of it, these roots, that something anchored, something, a strong, firm core can raise upon it. And from there, I can share, and I can also bring it in my personal practice. Also, I would say the bhakti and the breath. That's something that really incited me to and encouraged me to look at it more in my daily life, and get connect with how to cultivate within me, how to bring it in one breath, even the bhakti within me. So I think that is what I can add. Yeah, Shobana, you raised your hand.
Yeah, I was just waiting to have an opportunity to share my experience with this text. So in 2017, on a whim, I did this program with Ramaswamy sir in Chicago, but I never thought I would go back to it. It was more of, okay, I've learned this, put a check mark kind of thing. And then all I feel is that sometimes when you just touch some of these texts, they have a power to draw you back in. And I feel very fortunate that I was able to join the group for the chanting. Yes, I have also been somewhat irregular, timing, travel, all that stuff. But thanks to Shubha and sometimes Padmaja also joins us, we have been keeping ourselves anchored in that space as often as possible by chanting together on days that we don't have the group meet. So I'm really looking forward to this program. I already know that I think 1 or 2 weeks I will be traveling, but I'm hoping to join from wherever I am. If not, like you said, go back and ground myself in the group. with study buddies or whoever is available at that time. So thanks again. And it has been an anchor. And just like Anisha, I would like to say that, yes, it keeps you from falling into that space. There is something, I feel like it's like a safety net in some ways. It's holding me, bringing me back up. So
beautiful image. Thank you, Shobana. And thank you, Angela. Thank you for coming. And yes, we understand. And hopefully, maybe we will be able to have offer this program in different timelines as well, in different timings and days, so that you'll be able to make it.
If you have any questions later, please feel free to message or mail us. And Yoga Bhagini website details was given by Saraswati in the beginning. Maybe we should do it again and give the email IDs so that we can be in touch.
I will be sending out the recording, so you will have also our mails as well, Savithri Mom's and my mails as well in this email. And also, we promised as well that we will sending out with this. Thank you, Saras. This is the link in the chat box. You will find all the details. So this recording, it will be shared with all of you who registered. Please share it as well with friends if you think that it will be useful for others. And also, we will send out a link to a practice what we have given to on March 8th on the Women's Day about ancient wisdom on modern womanhood and motherhood. Lisha was also joining this, I think, from Asvyasa. So anyway, we had this program on the March 8th on Yoga Rahasya, and we had a 30 minutes practice based on the text and also for women. So we were sending out this a video of 30 minutes practice as well with the recording of today's presentation and discussion. If you do not have questions, then we will close the session, and I wish you a wonderful end of the Sunday or the rest of the day or the rest of the night, and see you hopefully in the program soon. Thank you all.